Hello all and welcome all. I'm your host, Boo. And today we have a jam-packed show for you with a great special guest. Tune in. Yo, hello everybody. I'm still waiting for my special guest to get in here, jump in his DMs, ping him, drag him up in here, but I still got an intro to give out. We still go on with the show no matter what. This is Rug Radio, and that's what we do it. Whether the light shines or the light doesn't shine, we move forward. So hello everybody. We appreciate you tuning in live or listening back. This is episode 25. Yes, 25. We've been doing this for 6 months, and we haven't missed a show yet. And here we have our special guest, and I love it because he's right on time. We have an amazing guest coming today, so I will keep this intro short and sweet. We like to run these Twitter spaces for 60 minutes, with the first half being entirely focused on our guest. After that, we will open up the stage to a Q&A session with the audience. You can come up, speak, throw flowers, whatever you want to do. Roast my friend up here. It's a chill vibe today. This space is recorded with the intent to distribute over multiple platforms. We keep it on Spotify. We're building brick by brick in the background. And honestly, we're building out a lot in the background. I'm really excited about it. We're just moving a little slower than I would like. Of course, I want to go fucking light speed. You guys know me. So thank you guys for joining us today. JPEG J, how are you? Any new updates today?
Oh, I'm doing great. We've been getting so many good boxes delivered to our house lately.
Yes, we have. We've got shout out CloneX Taiwan, shout out CloneX LA. They've sent out a lot of goodies. They've sent out some stuff for the event. So the event for NFT NYC that we're doing April 14th, I wanted to save it till the end, but you jumped ahead. It's cool. I like it. You're excited. Is that all you got to do? I don't want to, you don't get the mic too often. And actually, I got a lot of DMs saying they want to hear more from Jay. So I got to, push her. I got to nudge her a little more.
I just came out of therapy. Let me gather my thoughts.
I love that. Yo, mental health is important, y'all. Mental health is mental wealth. Okay. With that, all right, let me give a big warm welcome to Cass.
The most mentally unhealthy person.
I'm sorry, Cass. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was a joke. Sorry, no, it's all good.
No, if you don't want the scripted intro, man, it's cool. We can, I wrote a little.
No,
little
my bad.
No, you're good. All right, here, let me back up. Me, my. All right, with that, here is Cass, who knows how to make one hell of an entrance, who I've had the pleasure getting to know over the last year, lucky enough here in the Twitter spaces, but also IRL. And I fucking just love this person. And they've leveled their game up majorly since we first met in this space. Now doing big things over at Artifact and keeping everything just so great with the community, genuine vibes. I mean, seriously, your involvement. Thank you. You keep us safe, both from the links and emotionally. We love you, Cass. And however, all that said, this is why I wanted to bring you up here today, highlight you, and just have some time with you so you can just chill, vibe, do whatever we got to do. You missed it. I played your Little White Lies song before you came up here. It's a banger. I love it when that Hennessy gets going. I need the bass. So with that, Cass, how are you today?
Good, and now I feel bad that I ruined that intro a bit by calling myself mentally unhealthy beforehand. But no, I gotta give a shout out to JPEG J because that's therapy is needed. I think it's cool to hear, and it just reminds me that I can always do better. But dude, I appreciate the intro. A lot of love. You were one of those people, from day one before you were even a clone. You were just a part of this community, heavy as hell, and you were still a clone. That shit, it's really not about the PFP at the end of the day for a lot of us. And yeah, we get to. I was here in the beginning. I got to do the fun part of not. I was listening to my songs, but I'm hella critical of myself at all times because I'm always trying to get better, and so that's one of those ones for me. It's so old that I listen now and I think about all the things I would change. But that's that's just random thought process I go through sitting and listening to my stuff. But yeah, I'm excited to be here. So, shoot away. I'm an open book, gonna just go off the riff with you guys and have fun.
All right, great. I've got a lot of questions to get through in these next 22 minutes, and you guys know I watch the clock and I watch that sand go through the hourglass. So thank you, Cass, for that very good intro. And like, yo, let's just back it up here. You know, you've done a lot in your life. Like, who is Cassian Moore? Like, you know, that Southern drawl, you know what I'm saying, y'all? It's there. So, you know, he just ain't a California boy. You know what I'm saying? Can you give us the little 411 of where Cassian came from? And then we can get into it a little more.
Damn, you're picking out the one thing that I wish I left in Atlanta some days. Not really. It's cool. I don't mind if that happens. But yeah, I've lived like kind of all over. Before this space, before I moved out to California, I was in Atlanta. But I had actually moved out to LA for like work stuff, because what I used to do before working for Artifact, I worked in cybersecurity, doing a lot of account management and like project management stuff. And so I was always just doing, this like double life of working like this corporate world and then going home and grinding and making songs about, weird, weird emotional feelings. And so, it's fun because it was like, there's a lot of times where I would catch myself doing these things at work that I just really didn't want to do, even though it was kind of interesting. It's kind of cool. Like life, it would definitely like help me get to where I'd want to be, because I could spend time and money on things that I probably couldn't have if I wasn't working at a place like that. So now I have all of the craziest music equipment I could think of, and I have a full of stuff that I just sit around and play with. And yeah, I pretty much just have constantly been pushing from, hey, I literally don't know how to make anything, to now here I'm trying to juggle multiple different like platforms and just put it all together.
And you were in New Jersey for a little bit, or am I wrong on that?
No, you got that right. That's what I consider home. I used to live there when I was like all the way to like middle school ish time period, then moved down south with the family, just jobs and all that stuff. But I lived in Georgia for a while. Fun fact, I played baseball in college, so I lived in like West Virginia, Florida, and then I finished school in Georgia. So yeah.
You were proceeding to be a professional baseball player at one point, correct?
Damn. Yes. Yes, I was. And that's one of those things still to this day. Like I'm extremely competitive, and I guess learning lesson I had from sports was, if you really want something, you have to go and do it. Like you can't sit around and wait. Daily, like daily practice of things is really going to be the stuff that changes how your life is, whether it just be like being healthier or trying to get better at a skill. So keeping that daily grind in mind it's fun, and sometimes it sucks, but the people who do it right, they're usually at the top in the end.
I love it that when you have your eye on the prize, nothing stops you from getting that prize. Do you mind telling us how you and the wife met?
Damn, doxing the marriage. Yeah, no, I actually met my wife via Steak and Shake. I don't know if you guys know. For those who aren't like, who don't know what a Steak and Shake is, it looks like a 1950s diner, but it's like run like it's in the 1950s as well, even though it's 2012 or 20, whatever time period. But yeah, it was fun. We was making milkshakes. Sorry, but yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm actually taking a walk right now as well, because I had to step away from the computer for at least like 5 minutes.
Actually, this is perfect. It leads to my next question. You have dogs, but you like to refer them to rats. Are you walking your rats right now?
Nah, I left them inside because they're too distracting sometimes. Like, dude. Yeah, they're too distracting. But I love my dogs. They're rats, but God, yeah, they're lovable at least.
All right, and a serious question here. You have some pretty, I think, impressive degrees and or background and stuff. Can you bless us with your degrees, Mr. West?
Damn, the degrees, bro. Those are like the least. I don't know. I feel like I talk about it the least, but I got my bachelor's in sociology and marketing, and then I got a master's degree in international business. But yeah, it's really one of those things. Like school, it strangely enough can work for some things. I don't know how like my education actually ended up kind of working out to be exactly like what I do. Like I was one of those kids in high school. I would do like marketing competitions and shit like that. So I don't know where that old is. I pull it up, but I used to send in like just random marketing ideas and shit. I used to do social media marketing for small like businesses and different little like boutiques and stuff. Just fun stuff, so I could learn. And for those who knew how 2010s Instagram was, it was really just running a lot of like Instagram bots and hashtags. So I mean, not like the craziest shit, but it was fun.
So we played some of your music earlier. Are you still doing music? Or are you doing a lot of CG? Or are you like collaborating it all together? Like you're just a wizard right now and you're about to drop something crazy on us in the next few weeks, months, who knows? No pressure, sir.
Nah, definitely always trying to make stuff. I just gotta keep finishing what I'm working on because it's at the point where I don't know. I like the fact that like the space you can do a lot of different things and you don't have to just drop a song. Like I was at one point trying to do the whole Rush thing where you like release like 52 songs in a year, and I've got a bunch of music just kind of sitting around, so I'm always making stuff as well. But it's now it's like you can actually make something, and it actually is important in a way, and it's not like so much of a here's a song that like I hope someone listens to in 15 years. Like I'm gonna make something that you guys really that I would be like proud to show everyone. And shit, man, you know how it is. We got a bunch of super talented people and a bunch of cool things happening in the space, and it's like it is the opportunity to do something new. So yeah, just gonna go for that.
I see you at an event. You're making yourself available to everybody. You have a camera around your neck. I literally hear great things about you all the time, IRL at other events, by the way. Like, that's what my dad told me about, man. Word goes a long way, and you are always getting talked about good. Like, what does the process look like after you go home with all that footage? Like, are you just buzzing, and that's why we have that content come out from you, like, literally the next 24 hours?
Definitely. I mean, it's just like it's fun. This is one of the weirdest parts of my life. I feel like where I didn't think I was gonna, be running around, hanging out with internet friends and taking videos and editing and shit like that all over the world. But it's yeah, kind of how things are happening. And I think the best part about like a lot of the IRL meetups for me is just you just see the vibe, like you just can tell, and there are just moments that stick out to me, and I'm like, all right, like I remember that song, or like it's usually music for me. I'll just like think about the music that was playing, and I'm like, yeah, it's like this moment right there, we can kind of throw something like that in there.
I love it. Jay's messaging me saying, go deeper in the things he says. But I'm like, yo, I got a list of questions. I want to get through them. I only get so much time with this guy. So, Jay, if you want to go a little
Nah,
deeper, see
it's
that?
cool. It's cool.
Like, come on,
We can
baby.
show. I was gonna say, if you wanna, I don't know how long you got today, Boo, but I'm down to hang out. Yeah, like
Let
we're
that man
good.
cook. Let that man cook. All right, cool. You have said, I believe, I believe. I always say believe because I know you don't like getting your words twisted up. You have said you can always level up and teach your brain how to be smarter. Was there a specific time in your life where you were like, damn, I actually can be smarter, when I thought like maybe I couldn't be? Like I see you preach that a lot.
Big facts. I was. This is why, like, when you asked the degree question, I cringed a little bit. But I was the 2.4 like high school GPA kid, because I also was a little shithead, and I was like, I'm gonna go play baseball, and blah, 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 blah. And you get a little big headed, and yeah, it's one of those things where life kind of one humbles you, but then also shows you there's other options and there's better things. Because for me, like, well, uh, I was spending a lot of time like not trying to study and stuff like that. I still would always like find things interesting and research stuff or try to do like random stupid like projects that I thought were cool. But yeah, that bled into like once I got to a point in my life where I stopped playing sports. I was like, I can't just sit here and like just do nothing. Like there's got to be something. I was like, if there's one thing I could try to do that would be cool, it would be making music. And so started learning piano. Was reading a lot of Malcolm Gladwell books around that time. The book Outliers, if you guys haven't checked that one out, I feel like that's like it's a cult book at this point for anybody who wants to like level up and like be smarter, because you'll just basically read a lot of like data and statistics that they pull based on like how people who spend their time trying to do like longer term beneficial things like working out or reading or doing creative stuff, like it all ends up creating like just a foundation that you can build off of. And more time equals a better foundation. The more you spend doing stuff, it just helps you out in the end. And if you put a goal at the end of it, pretty
Do you
cool what can happen.
Oh, I'm sorry, Cass. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool.
Do you find like a specific, because I've told you this, I'm very dyslexic. Do you find like a specific way to obtain that information, like whether it be reading or like, a podcast or a visual like YouTube? Like what's your favorite go-to when you want to learn something?
Bro, I'm a YouTube Academy kid for sure. That is the best way to get through anything. Mix that with a little bit of Google and, kind of works. But it just also depends. Like I'm one of those people where I can see a lot of big picture stuff quick, and then I work my way backwards on some things where like I might know what the end design is, and now I'm like, all right, how do I like make this part over here happen, whether it be something like music related, like production, or like me just trying to shoot videos. Because one of the things I do, and this actually reminded me of what we were talking about in the Spaces with Zayd earlier. But I'm one of those people, like I've had to start out where I kind of did a lot of stuff of my own because I just felt like making music that was based off of like other people's beats that I like bought or something like that. They just didn't feel right and wasn't exactly what I wanted to make. And so I also just like people who could produce their own stuff. And it's, it's not super crazy if you spend time doing it. And yeah, so like that led to me doing all of my own like video editing and shooting music videos on my own, because it was like, bro, I'm not going to dump $5,000 into a music video that might get 15 views when I know I'm just going to keep making 6 more, 10 more, 15 more. And like, it could just be cooler if I just do it on my own. And that's also still kind of what I'm doing. Like it's where I'm at now. I'm in between that part of my life where I want to do more things with people, but I also want to kind of do some of these, unique, like independent kind of productions if I can.
JPEG J actually has something, but before she goes, I believe in when you actually do what you believe in, because her mom is like super famous in Hong Kong for singing in her basement. Like she's like charting, y'all, charting, and she's just doing it because she loves it. So like when you do things that you love and you can kind of monetize it, I feel you on that. I definitely feel you on the music video part.
Yeah, it's crazy because when you talked about doing all the steps, yourself, I know that like that for me resonates like really deep because in a weird way, when I feel like when I've touched every step, even if I had somebody else come in, it's like at least I know how to do it now. And when I know how to do it, I can sort of know what to expect from somebody when I ask them to do something. So that I have, I know what is realistic to expect and what's not realistic to expect. So I like really respect that a lot. And then also like I know I pinned your vision board. It says the more you do, the less you wait. And I don't think I've read like truer words like all year.
Yeah, I feel like I quoted that from somebody. I don't know where still, but basically I made that vision board back in like last year, final year of college. It was a class where all we talked about was like entrepreneurship and like building small businesses. And yeah, our teacher had us make a vision board, and it was one of those things where like I knew mine was going to be music related even then, because I still was like I'd only had like a year piano practice, but man, like it's just I know I can make cool shit, and I just knew I wanted to do it, and yeah, it was just what I'm still going for, because there's actually two others. Fuck, I'll I'll show you, because I think the two others, what they say is on the other side of fear is joy, and that was like a Will Smith quote, which I thought was really cool, because you know art is not a easy topic to jump into, because some people are you get nervous and shit, like that's just the reality of it. But yeah, it's cool to kind of see the process entirely. One thing I do want to say, because this is so funny, you actually pinned it up, the little, if you look at the second pin tweet, they have like one of the first like NFTs basically that I had, and there's like a little GLB sitting on cyber with like kind of modern cassette player. This thing, I fucked up so hard, y'all. I went out and tried to hire somebody on Fiverr to like make something that was really cool, and all I ended up was buying a PNG. I just bought the fucking, like, that was the first thing I'd ever tried to do, like 3D stuff, like trying to figure out like how I was gonna make this project, and I was like, oh, like let me get this like you know cool modern like sci-fi cassette player, and I found this guy, and I was like, this is dope, and I didn't realize like he wasn't making, like he wasn't gonna send me the 3D file, and so I asked him at the end. I was like, damn. I was like, so can I get it from you? And he's like, no. And I was like, shit. I've got to think. And so I basically had to go back and redesign it and do it and learn how to do it myself. And so yeah, like I had a $300 inspiration lesson from
What's that
Fiverr.
about? That's like ordering food and then they give you a picture from the menu. Like, here it is.
Yeah. I mean, I like their design. I'll have to go see if I can find theirs, but it's better than mine. But in the end, I ended up learning like, damn, like this is how you even have to like find the files types, and then how to make the structures in terms of like what you were going to do. And because I really just got inspired by how Artifact was doing things at the time. It was super cool to see like the airdropping idea of 3D files and stuff like that. So it was fun.
I really appreciate you sharing that story, like seriously, because one time I did these scarves and they sent me the scarves with their freaking name tagged on there. And I was like, we said we weren't going to have your name on there. And they're like, oh, yeah, just send us the scarves back. And I'm like, no, like, I'm not going to do that. Y'all just send them out for samples or promotions. And I actually just took them down here to like a dry cleaner and had the person take the tags out. You know what I mean? So, like, it's good that you share that. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that, like, you know who you're dealing with all this stuff. Cass, I mean, I just got his number, y'all, like not that long ago, and it took a long time. I think it was just a convenience thing. He's like, okay, he hasn't rugged me yet. You know what I mean? I got two more questions, and then I want to open up the stage to bring people up here that want to come up and talk to Cass. I love it that so many people are here listening. Thank you everybody for the time. Cass, obviously this is the question, right? How did you get picked up by Artifact? I mean, I know you're an incredible community manager, but how did it all kind of like work out? Did you hit them up? Was it on your vision board? And I definitely believe in manifesting your dreams.
I think like the first time. So it's funny. I faded Artifact in the beginning. Shout out to me. I saw them with like their. I remember seeing their like the Tesla crypto kicks, and they're not like I don't even know if that's what they're called. I have to double check the name. But I remember the Cybertruck shoes. Like, dude, it's my thing with that Cybertruck specifically. And I know some people like Dre said he's already pre-ordered it, but bruh, that thing looks so like I'm not a, a huge Tesla fan, but damn, that one is not it. But I saw those and I was like, dude, these shoes are like too futuristic, like 3D shoes, like what? Like I didn't realize that they were going to be making like real ones, and it was just like the early days, and I was like, you have to have a PFP and blah 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 blah, and so yeah, finally they announced like they were gonna do like Akira, and I jumped in the Discord, and I just like realized like that Discord was like just a bunch of people hanging out like talking, and it wasn't like people like to the moon, to the moon. It really wasn't a bunch of moon boys and people like shouting about how much money they were gonna be making, and like yeah, it just was such a different vibe that I just was like, dude, if this is really gonna be a cool like NFT project, like let me check it out. And I saw like all the other stuff that was going on in terms of the background of the founders and where they came from, and it's just like, bruh, it was kind of silly. And yeah, by the time they announced Takashi Murakami, I'd already started sending them like marketing ideas and stuff like that, because dude, I think it took like a week and a half, and I was like, this is gonna be something that like changes culture, because it can last, in my opinion. That's why yeah.
You're rugging a little bit, but I'll save you right there because they're timeless. Clones are timeless for sure. I hope you're like, are you going in and out green door? It sounds like that.
Sorry, I'm gonna. Oh.
Oh no.
Sorry.
You at Walgreens?
Sorry, I'm in an elevator.
Oh, okay. I know that like Walgreens that joke out there with the West Coast clones. I was like, man, you going on to Walgreens on the Spaces? This is like awesome.
Sometimes,
well, that's why I'm losing. Going in the elevator, y'all. The elevator's the box. That's like a nightmare, by the way, y'all. Getting stuck in the elevator. Like, have you been to court in New York, y'all? It's like 20 people get in that fucking elevator, and you're just like, oh, I hope to get to the 11th floor, and you stop at every floor, every single one, and more people are getting on. You think people are gonna get off? No, more people are getting on. And you're just like, please, don't make this be the final destination moment. Don't make this be this. I can do this dead air. Don't worry. So I do have one question for you when you come back. And then please, everybody request up here to come up, grow flowers. What do you think we can do, or what can be done to help overall improve the UI of the space, the user interface?
Ooh, of the space. I mean, that's interesting, man. Because I guess the question is like what some people's end goals are, because there's going to be different end goals, and we see that with like everything. Like there's stuff that's going to come out that's going to be like just purely about this moves money faster in a more secure and seamless way, and it's in a way that can't be tampered with. And that can look like anything like e-commerce or like banking, obviously. So like there's a whole lot of stuff that else we can see, but I guess for let's just talk about clones, I guess. That's the whole point. I feel like we talk about the most. I think for clones and Artifact, and it's gonna be a lot of just making it more like a gaming experience in reality. Like that's really what I feel like people want to see, and where this kind of vibe can go, where your characters running around in all these different worlds. Like we talk about Ready Player One a lot. Like that's why I said I love what Cultivate has done. I love what Metashima has done. Like they already give that vibe off because of like the high quality production value and everything like that. And so that's a huge like shout out to the clone community, obviously, because like the 3D creators that can already show like what that future could kind of look like. It's just super dope.
Incredible answers. Thank you, Cass, for those first 30 minutes with me. I appreciate it so much, and I'm glad we did not lose you in the elevator. I always get nervous when we do these spaces. I make sure it's recorded, and now I don't even jump on the Wi-Fi anymore. I just do it off my data because it's that important to me. Rose Jade, thank you for coming up today. How are you?
I am well. I had learned so much about Cass and wanted to obviously throw him flowers. Cass was one of the first clones that I had a chance to meet in real life. And we met at DCon, and I was nervous to just approach the booth, honestly. But he was like the first one to have like the most warmest welcome, and we hung out and spoke. And he was super busy, and you mentioned his camera bag, and I had the honor of watching his camera bag for a moment. But if anything, that's a testament to like how quickly he is like ready to trust you, honestly. Like you can get to know him really, really quick. Mommy. And he's a gauge of good people.
I can tell you guys right now, Rose is probably the most excellent thief in the world. I actually feel like she just lured me with all of her kind words and just general easiness that I just left everything, and I was like, yeah, I could trust you, and gave her my wallet, keys. Yeah, no, it's cool. I think Rose, I actually remember meeting you before on Spaces, and I was looking out to meet you actually, and that's why it's so crazy because like I heard like Aunt Ben was coming into town, and like Aunt Ben wanted to come in, and then Johnny Kicks wanted to come in to do the designer con thing with us, and I was like, holy shit, I was like, y'all are like serious, this is crazy. And then Rose joined as well, and that was also like around the time that you were starting to announce like all the synonymy stuff, and so it's just it's cool to like really put these like names to faces and like just actually meet the people that you've been talking to and like connecting with. So I'm glad I didn't scare you off. I guess I don't know if I've done that yet, but we try to not do that generally in life.
No, it was wonderful. Like you made um, like Decon so wonderful, honestly. And I love how you shared about your vision board. It makes so much sense, I think, with your entrepreneurial like background, and I think just your general spirit of like almost like no holds barred or like anything is possible. At least from what I can tell from how you present yourself and what you've done so far. But I had a question for you, Cass, in terms of like as Artifact team member, like what is like an ideal, really good day for you? Because I always feel like when there's FUD and like the emotional roller coaster, like I just know that the team has to, bear with so much. But I would like on the flip side, would love to learn for you, like what is a really good day for you as part of the Artifact team?
Man, I don't. I think every day still like this is probably the craziest experience of my life. I haven't had a bad day yet. I think the things I need to do generally is probably spend more time just more time doing different things for myself. Probably that's the only thing I'd say, because I do spend a lot of time doing a lot of different things. And that's the fun part. It's like, it's very much like, it's just constant. Like it's 24/7. So there's always things going on with the community, obviously, but then there's a lot of things behind the scenes that we also are always working on. And so, and everybody's like, that's another fun part. It's like everybody lives in a different time zone. So like, there are people that I'm talking with daily that, it's like 3 a.m. when they start a conversation, and I check in, and it's like a whole thing to catch up on. And then there's all these other things, and yeah, but it's like literally, I'm telling you, at the end of the day, I still this is like 1,000 times better than what I was doing, and what I was doing before still was pretty fun. Like it was cool. It was like a corporate job more so in my mind, but you know, this is worth it, worth the FUD, and worth trying to fix in the end.
Cass is such a fucking legend. And the thing I love about Cash Shaw is he's like this in person too. Like it matches up, like that vibe you're feeling online about him. It matches up. And if it doesn't, like it's cool. He's transparent too. He won't waste your time. I love it. We love you. We love you. Hey, I got some questions if no one else wants to come up and ask some questions. You know how I run it, how I keep this running. I got these funny questions here. What are some of your guilty pleasures? Maybe it's Jersey Shore with Snooki. I don't know.
Oh man, I did watch Jersey Shore a lot. I was semi proud of what they did. Like it was semi accurate. You know, like I don't wanna give them too much credit because like Jersey's a little bit more cultured than that. With like, there's a lot of cool people outside of just like the Italian gel hair vibe. But no, I think guilty pleasures for me probably is food. Like I like eating food. That's general. Like, who doesn't just enjoy food? Specifically for me, it's ice cream. So, oh God, yeah, y'all kill me because this is the thing I probably need to change about myself right now. I've been eating dessert for like a couple of years, and I used to like not do that specifically for a long time. But yeah, these are parts of the things like I like that. I do love TV and like reading because I can get lost in a good TV show or read something for like 8 hours straight. But yeah.
And we know you don't like sushi because, like, the first time we all wanted to meet, everybody wanted to do sushi cast was like, no, no.
No,
Like,
that's
he
the
stood to his guns. He's
so
like, no
so
sushi. Like,
hold
right?
on. I gotta quickly correct because I am a huge fan of sushi and I don't want any sushi slander about
Wait,
me
what happened?
ever.
Why didn't you come to
So
Nobu again? Because the price.
my wife doesn't
Oh.
like, yeah, she absolutely doesn't like sushi. That's the problem. Like 1,000% she doesn't, and it sucks because like there's specifically, oh my god. So Zach, one of the shout out to Z Rubin. He was also one of the OG Clone Spaces hosts back in the day. Now product manager and artifact wizard of sorts. But yeah, he came into town at once and we went to this sushi place and it's still so close to me. And I have not gone back because she doesn't like it. And I still think it's probably the best sushi ever. I feel like we were just drinking a lot of sake that night and like I just like am overhyping it or something. But I need to go like at least double check and I just haven't had the chance to yet.
Thank you for correcting the record. And before, I think Compound came up first, but before I give it to Compound, what is the ice cream flavor that you are loving right now?
I'm pretty basic. I'm pretty basic. It's just vanilla most of the time. Yeah, like it's like, dude, I don't know, but and most ice cream's good. For those who want to know where the best ice cream in the world is, and I have not been very far around the world yet. I'm hoping to go a lot farther, but so far it's still back in New Jersey. Custard, specifically from the Northeast, just hits different. I don't know why. It's just like super sweet and like silky. It's like what you would want McDonald's ice cream to taste like everywhere, but better. Like, like I don't know.
I love it. The meme machine is going to get going crazy after this with this ice cream talk. Compound, how are you today? What is good?
What is up, guys? Hey, is this my chance to give Cass some flowers, bro? Like, let's go. I want to tell a quick story about Cass. My first CloneX event was a CloneX LA event that they put on, and it was early on in kind of CloneX when I was there. And one of the few people I knew that I would maybe recognize there or know there was Cass. We didn't know each other, but I knew him from hosting spaces, right? So when I finally went up to introduce myself, he was working the bar, and I figured it would go quick, but Cass, if you guys have ever met him in person, he really engages in the conversation. He actually gives a shit about who he's talking to and will ask questions and get to know you. And if anybody who's met him knows that he is a great conversationalist and made me feel like super welcome to the community. And then he proceeded to pour me the heaviest drink of vodka cran that I've ever had, um, to make sure that I didn't even remember the conversation. But little did he know, bro, I remember the conversation. I remember how welcome the guy made me feel to CloneX LA in general, but the CloneX community. And it was kind of one of the starting forces of how I wanted to start getting more involved in this community. I don't know if he knows that story. He knows a part of it, but shout out Cass. This is my shot to let you know. Secondly, I just have a question. I've been super impressed with your video edits lately, man, and like the edit for Utah and the edit for LA and were just off the chain. And I just wanted to know like how many hours you spent learning video editing. Like if you can kind of maybe guess how much time have you put into that specific skill, because you have mastered it, my friend.
Oh, damn. I appreciate that. And so first off, I have to give a shout out to Compound just because that's like the nature of the space. But dude, this man has been just a nonstop force over the past few months. And I think what you and Dre and Bombay and so many others, obviously in Bad Take, it's just like kind of it keeps the flame going. And that's the best part of like what we're all here for. But dude, I love that he started with that story because he's told me that multiple times where he's like, bro, you cannot be pouring drinks anymore. Where I swear I must have like actually poisoned him. I don't know how heavy I actually poured that drink, but like I probably did like try to kill him. I don't know. I'm sorry still.
This last event, I said, Cass, I literally asked him, I said, hey, you're not bartending, right? And he goes, no. We actually have professional bartenders. And I said, okay, good, man, because you got to be able to talk to everybody. But in reality, like, I didn't want anybody to, like, black out or something because he's got a heavy hand, man. He takes care of you.
Yo, thank God Cass isn't a tattoo artist. Woo! We be
Yeah,
bleeding.
dude.
That's a good story. That's amazing. And I love it. Cass doesn't look through you. He's like literally looking at you, and he's just pouring that drink, and he's like, "Yeah, Compound, yeah," and it was just runneth over. That was amazing. Thank you, Compound. Check out Compound and the Bad Take
But
crew, Dre Million, all of them. What they're doing, I shout out and plug them. They did some crazy shit in CloneX LA. I'll say it right here. Professional Hollywood production quality on the film, on the audio. CloneX NYC watched it. I'll say it again. We were amazed. We were blown away. Y'all keep doing your thing. We love this community connecting. Yes, Cass, I cut you off. I'm terrible about that.
No, it's all good. Dude, that event was a lot. Like it was fun, and it was so cool to see how all of it came together. And I think that LA group, it's like, yeah, it's one of those things we didn't really plan it to be what it is. It just happened by like a bunch of people that were similar and like-minded coming together and just enjoying the process of making things. And so everyone in that group is hella talented and brings their own little uniqueness. But Compound, to answer your question about the amount of hours in the video editing, I think that's actually something I haven't counted before, because there's a time period where I had a really terrible laptop and it would fucking shut down halfway through making videos. And so there was just this constant process of me like trying to like edit a music video, and I go to move something and it just shuts down, and I know it. I'm just like waiting. I'm like, all right, okay, cool. It's probably gonna fuck up. Okay, cool. I got to go back to the last save, and I just would do that, and like it would be, I think that's what I did for probably like 2 years, I think, and then I finally got a new laptop and PC, and so it's probably been at least like I think like 3 or 4 years that I've been editing videos, and I still feel like I can do a lot more. There's a lot of things that I want to do, and trying to push it further than where it's at. So I appreciate you saying the mastered part though, because that's the thing I feel like referring to that Outliers book. If y'all want to read a self-help book, I'm telling you, it's a little numbery. I'm sorry, but I like numbers and facts sometimes, and it does talk a lot about how, like, if you just spend time working on things, and sometimes what I think about is you don't have to spend necessarily 10,000 hours like knowing how to actually move things around in like a software, but if you know how to like see the vision that you want to make, and then you know how to go through the process of putting it together, and that's really, yeah, it's just learning the different parts. Because one of the things the book talks about is like people who learned piano at a young age, like, yes, they could learn technical skills, like 4-year-olds like that learned piano and Mozart in 2 years, and they can't even talk, but they, can do concertos and all that stuff. Like those kids can learn technical skills fast because they are taught at a young age, and it's easy to take the time and spend the practicing and that. But then the grander concept of like, if a kid wants to learn how to be a producer, or become like a yeah, like a independent artist, like that kid is 4, like they can't activate a computer, they don't know what to do with downloading software, like they're not gonna figure out how to like pirate audio the plugins, like it's just different. Like there's things you'll be able to do because you're an adult. I feel like people get tricked, like they're at like there's this dumbass lie out there that once you're 21 or something that you can't do anything else with your life, and yeah, that's bullshit.
This is why I wanted Cass up here, because he fucking gets me pumped up, and I can't wait to clip that shit. I'm gonna clip the fuck out of that shit, and then when I'll share it on the timeline, but I'll also keep it in my phone for those rainy days. And I do keep those clips in my phone for those rainy days, and I play it, and I'm like, word up. I put it on my vision board. Yo, shout out to the fucking alpha male Cass in the room that says he got a vision board. Shit, he got 3 of them. I love that. Before I give it to Day After, this is something important. We'll circle back to. Day After is rocking the King of Clone, rocking fucking Yellow Jacket Gang. Doesn't hold a clone, but is a clone. Is at almost every single IRL event I see out there. Shit, I almost want to call him Boo Jr., but I'm not going to do that. Day After, how are you today?
Yo, what's good? I'm doing well, man. You guys are doing a great job with this space, and thank you for that intro. But I'm just up here to, give flowers to you, to Kaz, to everybody on the as a speaker right now. Honestly, like you guys been holding it down. Um, Kaz was like one of the first person I got to interact with in terms of like the whole CloneX community, especially during the whole Monolith quest. Like he used to, host the spaces. And me just trying to get into it and understand what's going on, I would join, and it's been a vibe ever since. And like you mentioned, I'm here rocking all the clone gear, not even one, but we still one in heart. So also, Boo, I want to give you credits. Like this is my third time listening to one of your spaces. I think I heard Jake Mitty, Rose Jade, and this one, and you've been doing an amazing job with all the questions. So shout out to you, and you've been a vibe too, man. So if anything, all I want to say is that if you guys have the opportunity to go to like an IRL event and connect with some of these people, do it. These are real people, and they're more than just a PFP. Like I've connected with Boo, a lot of people, and sharing numbers, whatever. Like I can text anybody at any point and they'll reply. Yeah, that's it for now.
That's the prosy right there. For real. Also, hold on, Cass. I gotta say this because I'm hyped up. I had VIP, y'all, and I fucking sat at the bar with Day After, and I kicked it with them because I knew that was more important because of your community. And look, Day After's still here, still putting miles on those rubber tires and still putting miles on those airplanes. This person is in Pennsylvania, and they are coming down to New York all the time, hanging out with us. I would love to have 1,000 more of these people in our community because they're also doing a lot. They ain't grifting. You're doing a ton, and you're also helping us with the NYC event. We appreciate you, and we love you for that. Seriously, you are exactly what I was and still am. I just have I just have one of the assets, and you'll have one soon eventually. Shit, y'all hear this story? Somebody hook him up. I mean, the floor is looking good, right? Fuck. Everybody needs to come together. This is how far we've gotten. And Jay, if you could go to his Twitter real quick, because I really want to highlight this. He did a really rad a render with like Artifact's logo with blood, and it looks sick as fuck. And check that out. And Cass, sorry, you were gonna go next. Sorry.
Nah, I just had to. I was also hyped because Day After is one of those people who, like you said, bro, has been just constantly doing stuff. And it's super cool because like he also is hella like just hella multi-talented. The man doing everything from 3D to AR stuff to he does also produce. And I have a song that I that I feel like I've vaulted because of, and we still got to work things out, but like I know there's a vision one day where Day After and I are going to be working on music together for sure. It's just going to happen.
Yeah, when the time is right. But yeah, we got to put the pressure on Cass. We need more of Cass's art out in the wild too. Like this is the year for Cass to bloom as an artist. So Cass, man, we're here to support you, bro.
Now, hey, before I give it to Dre Millie, I need Day After. I need you to go take some batteries and put it in that smoked alarm, because good Lord, just do that for me. That's brother to brother right there. I'd want you to do the same for me. Don't get caught sleeping. Dre Millie, how are we today? We love the vibes. Also, Dre's Millie's got a space. Please drop that before you leave, sir. And how are you?
I'm good, bro. I'm weak that you called out my man's smoke detector vibes. What's up with people in
It's the
space?
Soldier Boy, bro. It's the Soldier Boy.
What's up with spaces and people be like, yo, bro, please, that battery, just something, please. That is funny. No, I'm good, man. I'm good. I appreciate you having me up. Cass, long time no speak, man. How long has it been now? What, 1, 2 hours now since we last time we spoke? Jesus Christ, where's the time go?
Bro, it's not a CXLA event week, so we can't be talking every 20 minutes. You know what I'm
Bruh.
saying?
Wow, where does the time go, right? Like it's wild because I talk to the cast multiple times a week, especially when we have something going on, man, multiple times a day. But these questions that you have been asking, Boo, have been on point, and I'm learning more stuff about him, even though I spent a significant amount of hours with this man. So it's always dope to get these different perspectives because it strengthens the connection when you can understand someone on a deeper level. So thank you for that. Um, and shout out to what Day After said, man. Like these spaces that you're doing, Boo, are much needed for sure, man. Like just tapping into the culture of the community on this deeper rooted level is amazing to me. Like I thoroughly enjoy these things. It's like a Joe Rogan podcast for real. But I do have a question for the homie Cass. And this is a no holds barred question, right? Like no rules apply. Let's get rid of the politics behind it. And no, it has nothing to do with Alpha. I made that commitment. I will never ask you about Alpha ever again many, many moons ago. So don't worry about that. But I do want to know if you could paint a perfect picture of what your life ends up looking like, what would that picture look like?
Ooh, that's a big question. Um, I I can see it. It's definitely for me. It's making art full time. Hopefully, not hopefully, but specifically music. But like that's the thing for me. Like I love music. It's like the core of everything for me. Um, and yeah, just being able to be surrounded by that 24/7 would be dope. But that and like what we got going here, where like, cause bro, like y'all, I don't think you guys understand. Like I didn't have like a whole friend group. Like part of the part of my story is like I'm doing all this shit on my own, making all these videos, making music on my own because I didn't have a whole lot of options. So it was like there was the necessity to just make the stuff because I wanted to make it. Now I'm like, okay, I've got these skills that I picked up and I enjoy it. But I want to collab with other people. I want to work with other artists. I don't want to always be the person necessarily who has to do everything. sometimes it could be really fun to see where like, you know, just artistic creation takes you. So I don't want to ever like try to limit myself, but I just want to work with the best, literally the best artists out there. That's all there is. If you can be the top level, like experiencing that life and having a family and, you know, being able to have friends, like shit, what are you supposed to ask for after that? Think other than that, like, you know, the only other goals is really just like the financial liberation for family. And, you know, if I can do it for friends after I get my brother his medical school money, because I told him I was going to do it. Haven't done it yet. Boy's in medical school and I still ain't gotten him his money yet, but he's smart as hell, so he got some scholarship money. But I'm still gonna get him his money, don't worry. Yeah, so that's, you know, that's, other than that, that's the goals for me, is just live, you know, and have fun with it.
Deep question. And Dre Miller, you're doing a great job hosting and interviewing stars like Bobby Hundreds in the space. So you're doing a lot yourself. Don't fucking, you know, downplay it. You fucking flowers all around to everybody here. Cass, you said you were down to keep you a little late, right?
Let's do it. I don't usually
Why we
talk
said
about myself this much, so this is like, we just gotta
Unless he
get
gets
all out.
hungry, though.
All right, we're gonna,
Yeah.
you know, I'm gonna, you know, Cass is one of the people that inspired me to do, you know, kind of my own spaces, because he had been doing what, like 100 plus, you know. So like he really just said, hey, you know, go create your own conversation, and that's what I'm doing here, and I appreciate that. And I have a lot more questions, but you know what, y'all, I'm gonna say it one more time, and then this is the last time I say it. If you have a question for Cass, he's being forthcoming with these answers, and he's genuine. If you want to hit that request button to come up here and ask him something, you know, keep it respectful, keep it, you know, kosher. But other than that, I just want to give you guys that opportunity. That's why I do these spaces. One thing I'm proud about is anybody can hit that request button. It doesn't matter what PFP you have. Yeah, I checked you out for a second. If you got 0 followers and you're not following anybody, yeah, you're a bot. I'm not going to let you up here.
Let the bots up. Let them up.
Oh my. No. We're good. But yeah, and if anybody else on the stage still has another question, please feel free to raise your hand, because, you know, I don't know the order of that. And let's keep Cass up here for another few minutes, however he feels, when he'll let us know when he wants to go. Is that cool?
Yeah, right. I was gonna say we can hopefully have no requests, and then people can just awkwardly leave, and then I can stop
That's
talking
the
about myself.
joke of your community, right? Your community's always leaving you like, all right, guys, like, you know, you drop that, you know, the Lime Gang, you know, Tokyo Drift, you sit up there for like 5 minutes hitting that laughing emoji. I like it. I think you did that to us here today, so I'm glad you kept the vibes going. What are you so excited about in 2023? And no, it doesn't have to be related to NFTs. It could literally be that the steak place is dropping some limited edition shake soon this weekend.
Man, 2023. I mean, shit. I think it's just like, it's like every other year for me. This is another opportunity to level up. Like, there's so much stuff happening, and I think, like, shout out to Zaid on that spaces the other hour. I almost said the other day. Jesus. Yeah. Shout out to what Zaid was saying. Like, there's only like we're only going to be early for so long. There's going to be a time period when everything's going to swell. There's going to be more people coming back. All the attention's going to shift back to NFTs across all sorts of mediums. Like, we already see it. Like, we see so many different giant groups and brands coming in, and the artists and everybody that are here first, like, we still don't have a lot of them. Like, we still don't have a lot of, like, the content creators, the spaces hosts, the, you know, developers. Like, everybody talks about how many people are like needed to be here, and it's just like any other like growth of internet space that we've seen so far. Like, people in I made this joke to somebody, but people that started web development in like the 2000s didn't realize that they were going to be a full stack engineer in fucking 2023 making $500,000 a year. But that's what happens when you spend, you know, 10, 15, 20 years in this new end of technology, and you know it better than anybody else. So people here now, like, whether you're like trading, collecting, making shit, like, you're going to know how to get things done better and you're going to know people who will actually support what you're doing first. And so like that means more than anything probably over the next like 15 years, like, because connections and friendships and all that stuff, like network, net worth, it's always been the motto for a lot of people. And when it's like genuine, like that's where it just means it can be even better, you know.
How are you continuing to expand your network while continuing to be safe and also kind of keep that little, like, clutch of eggs, us, wink, wink, that you've, connected with over time? And like when you bring new people into the fold, how do you, like, make sure those yellow flags don't become red flags?
So I feel like I watch everyone, even if there are red flags. Like I'm the type of person, like, y'all, I have been trolled to the point where, like, of no continuum, and then I'll still have like a conversation with a person afterwards. Like I don't have anybody on mute. I don't have anybody on block. Like, genuinely speaking, if you look in my look at how many people I follow, like I just follow people that I think are gonna be either relevant, like in this space, like just to the current term, where there's like whether they're collecting like the same things that I buy, or like they're just actually smart and they talk about something that's cool, or maybe they've been shit posting a lot and I think they're funny, or they got some dope threads. Like, so I just genuinely spend time on this app and like just watch what happens. Like I try to exist in the space as much as everyone else does, and I think that's what people don't realize. Like, Twitter is a great tool for communities, and that's why so many people have been able to build like NFT brands via this app. And it's like, so you're so easily in contact with a lot of like the people that you want to be in contact with. You jump into a spaces and you could talk to Soldier Boy, or you could talk to you can talk to anybody, who knows. So like it's just one of those things. Like, there's so little friction, I feel like, in this space compared to like anywhere else. Like, bro, you cannot DM the founder of, like, I can't DM Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft. I can't fucking do that. He's not gonna answer. But if I DM'd like the new CEO of whatchamacallit, of Yuga, or the CEO of any other NFT project, like there's a coin flip, maybe, like they might respond. Like, I don't know, but that's just like the place we're at. So don't be afraid to talk, don't be afraid to be interactive with people. I feel like social media and other apps, it's a lot more frowned upon to post sometimes, and people are like, oh my god, like, why are you posting? Like, what do you're not gonna get engagement. Like, no. It's like, yeah, but if you don't post, then like nobody's gonna know. Like, what do you mean? So just fucking rip the band-aid off.
Squeak that wheel. Seriously, squeak that wheel. And the doors are closing and the planes are landing. We're early. Yeah, we're still a little early, but I do agree with you. People are starting to build those relationships where, like, they're building stuff. They're not letting certain people in, where you're like, we got our tight knit thing. But you still got to reach out. I get told no on the regular, but I'm used to it. Cass, why are there 7 3s in your name?
That's such a good question. Oh
Damn.
my God. I remember there was a
Bruh.
scammer cast out there, and I had to count the threes to make sure it was enough, the right amount of threes. And I've made a post about it, counting the threes. So yeah, let us know, Cass.
Unfortunately, I did not predict that this would be the most easily like fraudulent fucking Twitter handle, but I like the number 3, and that's it. Like, I made a Twitter account when I first started because I had been like buying and selling like NFTs, kind of just watching YouTube and like Instagram videos, but like I didn't really like know what like NFT Twitter was until like I kind of started seeing more of the posts, and I just like was like, all right, I'm just gonna make a Twitter account and do it for NFTs, and I just spammed a bunch of 3s. So every other one, you can blame people on Twitter for having all the other cast 333s. I literally tried like 6 or 4. Like, I wanted to do 3, but somebody took that one. So like, It really would have been a lot simpler, but there just wasn't any options for me.
I thought it was like a GoldenEye reference. I was sitting here like maybe he's like in the N64 and he like loves GoldenEye. Like, you know, and like I love telling this story of when I was in Best Buy and they had like 9 televisions connected to play GoldenEye. And I didn't know the N64 had the damn trigger in the middle. I was holding it like regular and everybody was just watching me, the kids, because they're like, yeah, we want him to die so we can have our turn. And it took me like a year to figure out how to shoot in GoldenEye. So I thought it was that. Thanks for telling us. You know what I'm saying? And Compound, right? Like I got fooled by fake cast too. It was like one of those like really bad moments where I was like, man, you know, people are DMing me like, Boo, you're fucking up, man. You tagged the wrong cast, you tagged the wrong artifact. But I'm glad because we're keeping each other safe. We really are keeping each other safe out here. I'm gonna keep cast.
The specific number is 7, by the way. I don't know why, but it ended up being 7. Or wait, shit, I gotta count again. Hold on.
7. It's 7 because I counted like 3 times to make sure I had it right. Because I was waiting for you to be like, haha, it's 6, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I thought you had it down. Like you were like, yeah, I've been going by the 3s. Like, you know that movie with Jim Carrey where he's obsessed with 23? You know,
Oh
maybe I thought it was
yeah,
something like that.
that was a legendary movie. Shout out to Jim Carrey.
Yo, that Cass impression was bananas right there.
Do I sound that Californian, bro?
You guys are such a vibe, and I love you. And like I said, I'm gonna keep him here till 7:15 because you know I gotta keep this content a certain way. We gotta run it a certain way. You know these bad take vibes are sneaking here and there. Day after, did you just unmute to do that smoke alarm to mess with me? My dog is going crazy, man. What are you doing to me?
Nah. Apparently today is National Burrito Day. So the question for Cass is Chipotle, Cadova, or Moe's?
Oof. I actually had this argument recently, and I think it ended up being Chipotle for burrito bowls, but Moe's for actual burritos. I think Moe's has just like the fire options. So that's my take on that.
I just recently had an argument about this the other day. That's how you started the burrito conversation. I love that.
It was with
But,
my brother, so it was just a natural like we can start talking shit about all sorts of things.
I'm gonna
One
have
thing,
a Chipotle burrito for JPEG to keep it consistent tonight. But hey, are you gonna talk about your brother? Because I did want to say, like, how much other stuff are you saving him from besides the implant in his brain?
I was going to tell you about an argument I had with him where I told him aliens were real and he tried to tell me they weren't. And then a year later, the government came out with
Yes, I want to hear
aliens.
it. I want to hear this argument. Please tell us.
Oh, that was it. I don't want to get into it because it was heated. It was Thanksgiving and there was still a lot of like, That's the funny thing about my family. We all competitive and it's ridiculous. So you put us in a room and random shit will start happening.
Damn, Cass is the type of guy to divide the Thanksgiving dinner.
Turkey or
Over
ham?
aliens. Over aliens, always.
Turkey or ham?
Oh, no, bro. So I got food poisoning when I was like 13 from turkey because whoever tells you to eat leftover turkey for like 6 weeks, they're trying to kill you. Just letting you know. Just throw the shit away and don't eat it because it's terrible and it gives you food poisoning. And I have never eaten turkey since. That is, it's just a bad thing.
All right, keeping it up with the food themes, right? You're from Atlanta. Best chicken and waffle spot. And why is it sweet?
No chicken and waffles ever because that sounds like craziness. Every time somebody tells me this shit, I don't know why people think we can eat waffles with chicken.
No Roscoe's? You're saying no to Roscoe's, bro?
No, and have never been.
Yo, man, someone dragged me there the second day I ever went to LA. They like, you gotta eat at Roscoe's, brother. You gotta eat at Roscoe's. All I could eat was the scrambled eggs and bacon because I'm gluten and dairy free, you know? So I'm with you there, Cass. That's hilarious. Oh, Huddle CEO is coming up. It's getting anticky up here. It's about to get wild.
Hey.
Talking to Cass about food is like pulling teeth, bro. You're not gonna get what you're looking
I'm
for.
coming up hot, Cass. What the hell, bro? What the hell?
Bro, what's good, bro?
What are you talking about, bro? Oh my god. And you had the real stuff down there? I mean, mind you, we got Sweet Chick in New York, you know. They do it right there and it's an amazing dish, bro. Like it's the best brunch dish you could ever have, bro. Like what are you saying?
Bro, how do people leave without sleeping? Like, how do you leave
Bro, who
that
cares?
place
Bro,
without passing out?
that's a whole business model waiting to be attacked. Let's not talk about that, okay? But hello? Who cares about that? Having the itis? That's not what's important.
Look, man, I don't know. For me, it's like I never was a person who ate sausage and like sausage, eggs, and like pancakes and like would dump the syrup all over everything. Like I wasn't one of those maniacs at the IHOP. You know what I'm saying? So like, why am I gonna go into a fried chicken restaurant and attempt to do something insane? Like like it just seems like
Bro, it's
like
America. That's our culture. Like we literally
bro.
the
That's what I'm saying. Like it's so American.
it's a
Like
food renaissance right now, bro. The world's burning, but we're making crazy foods here, bro. Let's go. You're missing out.
look, this is for those who are not in America. The wild debauchery that is terrible food is one time my cousin came to visit me. He lives in San Diego, mind you, which they have amazing food, better than LA. But this crazy guy was walking down the street with me and he's like, dude, is that a lasagna pizza? Let me buy this. I'm like, bro, why do you need a lasagna pizza at 2 p.m.? Like it just doesn't, it's just like food we probably don't need, you know?
Yo, I'm feeling a certain way right now. First, Huddle came up in here like everybody in fucking New York. Yo, man, I got a problem with bro. I texted you, bro. I'm tight. I texted you. Like, I love it. You kept it on brand. And you know what the funny thing is? JPEG be always like talking to me about my white ass and my white bread, but then she be throwing noodles and everything. It's like it's the carbs too, and she's like, "Wait, we can't throw a slice of bread with a slice of pasta. We can't be doing this." I'm like, "Garlic bread and pasta? Yes, we can be doing this." You know what I mean? Oh my gosh! But lasagna pizza, I literally just felt like I can't move my seat now listening to that.
Only
Jeez.
in America, though. That's where you'll find it for sure.
Bro, I just want to say penne vodka pizza with the penne. Best pizza, baby. I'll tell you where to get it. Just let me.
You did not. You
We gotta
Somebody
do
kick
that.
this man.
And it's on a heart-shaped pie. It's just love, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
Bro,
in middle
this is
school, I
why.
used to get a ZD pizza, and it was the best lunch possible because they counted as one topping, and I was like, okay, I'll get that one topping of Z all over my pizza, and I would be full for hours, and it was amazing. On a side note, the McGriddle at McDonald's bacon, egg, and cheese might be the best breakfast sandwich of all time.
Yo, this show is off the rails. Navi snuck up here, came off mic and shit, just started dropping knowledge. Navi, what's good? Yo, I don't know if I can drop this. Navi's, I think, putting a clone up, y'all. This community is mad love. Navi's putting a clone up for NFT NYC. And if I need to send like a care package to help you with this, let me know. Because I had to tell homie no, and it felt bad, but like, let's be real, nobody would have had fun with me 3 hours round trip outside the city, and I'm 35. When you're fucking 25, you need to be getting out there and getting in them streets.
I don't know. I mean, I'll be around, but you should know I'm older than you.
And you get it, and we love you, and you party hard, and like homie just told me like, oh, this guy is all about art and all about partying and all about connecting. And like the last time I think I saw you, we were taking pictures of a fucking rooster in Miami that's apparently famous, a famous rooster in Miami. Like, this is what's going on with clones connecting with each other. But Navi, We got Cass up here. We're dragging him in a couple more minutes. Thank you for coming on. This is how these spaces go, right? Do you have a question for Cass? Because he is laying out real answers, and some of them are making people get hot.
How can I come up with a question? I just came up to give him a hard time about not wanting to have a delicious sandwich that's sweet and savory at the same time. But Cass, you coming to New York?
Bro, I'm getting mad FOMO realizing how many clones are in New York and how much I'm probably gonna miss. But I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it, unfortunately. Yeah, it's sad. Sad. So you guys are gonna
Well,
have to.
luckily for you though, the team has worked something else out, right, Haru? Right, Boo?
Oh yeah, and we even found out we can ship Joe's Pizza 4,000 miles wherever the hell you want it. We'll ship it.
Hey, I got one walking distance. I'll go. I'll get a slice. I'll go get it.
Yeah, if JPEG J could tag the CloneX NYC recent spaces we did, we shared that we're going to be connecting the metaverse and the IRL world. So you can be like, actually like, and you know what the cool thing is? Oh my God, yo, Hodl, I'm giving a Hodl to do right now on live spaces, yo. Hodl, this is a to do. You know that meme, Hodl, where there's that person on their phone in the corner and they're like, they don't know what I'm doing on my phone. We need to incorporate that. Yes. Because we know that there'll be people at this event that will be on their phone in the metaverse at the event and on their computer. It's gonna be it's gonna be
Oh, you're
bonkers, y'all.
evil genius. We're playing pin the tail on the freaking person on their phone in the corner, bro. That's it. That's it.
See, these are how these ideas come, and they keep it fun. And like, if you're listening in live or listening back, we don't fucking care about the floor. We keep fucking going on for more. I mean, fuck. I don't know if that's a bar or not. I'm not a rapper, but
Nah, it is though.
check
Like,
out his link tree. Check out his YouTube. Check out everything. I just subscribed to your YouTube today. I'm sorry. I thought I was already subscribed. Who else do I need to subscribe to? Let me know who I need to subscribe to.
Tevy, you gotta subscribe to Tevy's
I
channel.
did already. I was in there. Did he do this giveaway yet? Tebby's doing a giveaway. Is it over? Because I could plug that too. He
Not
was in the
yet.
audience.
So there's
Okay,
there's
found it.
still time.
I don't want to. I don't like calling people up to drag them up. Oh, Tevy's requesting. Oh, I love that. Tevy, come on up here. We
Bring
love
him
this.
up.
But,
Bring him up.
before Tevy, hold on. But before Tevy talks about his giveaway in his YouTube, Tevy, can we talk about those Tesla truck shoes? Dre, I mean, come on, y'all. I mean, Clegg was proud as fuck about that. He's like, yeah, man, we even had them on Elon. It was sick.
Dude, the box that they made is actually also insane. So like there is a level of it that like I like the idea, but man, I just don't like the Cybertruck. Like I don't like the general design of the Cybertruck. That's all I gotta say. That's it.
No,
Oh,
bro.
can I
Nah,
jump in?
bro.
Can I jump in, please?
Not this
First off,
slander.
before you guys jump in, it looks like a 2002 cartoon that your kid just like slaps on your fridge. Like that's what it looks like. It looks like
Not
Elon drew
this
that himself,
slander. Not
and then
this
he
Cybertruck
fucking said make
slander.
this.
Dre,
No way, Jose.
I mean, I
We
was
got to
gonna
give the
jump.
mic to Tevy because he runs a whole Tesla YouTube. Check him out. Like and subscribe, y'all. It's incredible content. It's
Thank you,
awesome. Really good
Boo.
audio, too.
I was gonna come up here and give Cass his flowers and thank him for everything he's done for the community and how he's helped me out along the way on more things than I can actually even discuss here on the space. But then he had to go in and talk trash about the Cybertruck. So I'm gonna take back all the nice things I was gonna say and simply say that you know what, you know, you and I can't be friends right now. But all joking aside, no, I do truly appreciate you, Cass. You know, I'll just reverse all the good things that I said earlier, and I'll let them stick. But all things, I think the question was around. Actually, I do have a question for you, Cass, before we get to the giveaway and plug that. The question that I have for you, and I don't know if you answered it because I was kind of running around doing a bunch of things. Boo said earlier that you referred to your dogs as rats. And we had a long conversation on Bat Take the other night about rat dogs. So I'm curious, what kind of dogs do you actually have? Cassie's just ignoring me. Or
He
my
don't want.
dog.
He got chihuahuas, man. He don't want to do it.
I feel like he has chihuahuas, but he's not answering.
It's
He got
almost like
swaps.
I feel like almost like the wifey came in, she heard that, and she's like, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Like, y'all, I can't even talk bad about my dog around my mother. She's like, that's my grand dog. That's my grand dog. That's a prize winning dog. I'm like, this dog is a mutt. It's not even the breed that they told us it was, but I love it to death. Like, we even tried to give it away one time when we first started dating, and my friend was like, get over here and get this dog. This is not gonna work out. But anyway, we work and we move on. But Cass, if you're not there, it's cool. I can just we've gotten used to these spaces, right? Everybody, we boot them down, we request them back up, and we're here. You know what I'm saying? But we all because he's got to have the last word on his spaces. I mean, that's
Yeah,
how.
for sure. Well, hopefully
But
he comes
Tevy,
back.
while
Yeah,
he's doing that, while I'm doing that to him, can you plug your incredible YouTube and your incredible giveaway? And the reason why I'm letting Tevy do this is because he's a genuine person. He shows up in the space every day. I fuck with his vibe. I fuck with what he's saying. I don't do this if I wouldn't really put my back and my bread and butter behind it. So we appreciate you on that, Tevy.
and I actually really appreciate you like even offering to let me plug it here. But the giveaway is still ongoing. So I'm giving away a free, well, I guess it's free to you all, not free to me, but that's okay. Free pair of Angel Air Force Ones. And so I actually love the fact that they dropped the video today, the artifact video, and we got to see a sneak peek of the AF ones in there, the Angel ones, and they look fire. So, anyways, the goal on there just really pops. So, giveaways ongoing. The idea is that between now and call it April 15th, 17th to the 19th, somewhere 2 weeks out from now, if we can get the YouTube channel to 1,000 subscribers, I will give away those Air Force Ones to one of the subscribers that came on. So if you check out my the pinned tweet in my profile here on Twitter, has all the information on how to enter. It's not super hard. It's basically just subscribe to the channel, retweet the post, and drop your YouTube handle below in the comments. And yeah, you're entered. Beyond that, the channel is really kind of started really more from me wanting to simplify for people what the stock market is about. I focus on stocks like Tesla and anything that's innovative, right? And so electric vehicles as well as space tourism and things of that nature, but disruptive companies that over the next 5-10 years are going to change the way we do things and think about things. And that's going full circle why I'm so hyped on Artifact and what they do, because again, it's the crossing of blockchain technology, fashion gaming, and just dope stuff, like things that nobody has really done before, and pushing the envelope in every way that we can. Like a lot of the issues that we see with just traceability of goods, whether it's the shoes, the clothing, provenance, all that fun stuff gets addressed through blockchain. So try to simplify things for people as much as I can. And usually most videos are like 10 minutes or less, and try to get to the point and make it like less intimidating. And again, if I bring it back to Artifact, the whole website today that they dropped for creators, right? And making it easy for people to take their files and turn them into renders and animations. That whole process is being simplified. So
Thank
that's
you.
why I feel, yeah. Anyway, Cass is
Really
back.
appreciate it. We got it pinned up at the top above here. I entered days ago, and like this is what this community is about. So when people fall off the stage and get rugged, because this is Rug Radio after all, we can fill in these dead air gaps. Cass, are you there? Hello? Are you just a speaker? Oh man, I would love to give you the last word, if you're having connection issues. But it's okay. It's okay. These are technological things that happen, everybody. This has been a great space. I love this. I mean, I feel like I went at him Nardwar a little style. I don't want to be Nardwar, but I feel like I hit him with a couple questions, I had in the back burner. I felt bad about that sushi question. I really thought he didn't like sushi.
Bro, I definitely learned that you're like some super secret agent today, bro. You were pulling out the hot questions, bro. I was like, where did he even get this info from? He's like, and you were in Jersey at one point, weren't you? Yes, I see.
Because I listen. You know what? I actually talk a fucking shit ton, but you know what? Maybe I'm showing y'all that I actually do listen. You're like, damn, I don't think he heard what I said. Oh, fuck, he did. You know what I mean? I'm
Word on the streets,
cataloging.
he worked for Hot Ones. He's the one that does the research.
Hey, respect to that. I couldn't be up here doing wings. But hey, shout out to Meryl and CloneX, and I say Meryl, the sauce company, right? That did the recent IP collab with the clones. And shout out to CloneX LA for sending us out a sauce bottle for the event for next week. This is where I'm plugging the CloneX NYC event. Yes, it's going on next week. Friday the 14th. Oh my gosh, we got a bouncer. We got 3 bartenders because I think they're going to get excited. I think we need to figure out a 50-person layaway because, obviously things have, gotten crazy. We're going to figure it out. We're doing the best we can. Seriously, if anybody wants to come in my DMs, Cass is requesting up to speak again. I love it. We're going to get to him in a second. Again, thank you, Taiwan, CloneX community, Tommy out there for sending us a bunch of also free gear to give to people. This community has really come together. We don't want anyone to fail. We actually get really fucking off from seeing people succeed. I come on the timeline, and if I see y'all posting something, no matter what it is, literally, it can be anything. Yoga, making t-shirts, making graphics, making CGI art, it doesn't matter. When I see that you're doing something, I'm here. I'm loving it. I'm supporting you. I want to keep supporting you. Cass, oh my gosh, you're requesting again. I keep hitting. Cass, this is the ruggiest of rugs. I love you for it. Unmute and
Do
just
you have
start talking if you can,
Boo, do
Cass.
Yo,
you
I
have
got a
too many
question
people
for
on stage?
Dre.
Can I step down? Do you want me to step down? Oh, he's here. Okay.
Wait,
Yo, Dre, if you can go back, would you see?
Give Cass the mic. Give it to him. Give it to him.
I was gonna say Tevi, Tesla is the worst. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm
Oh my
kidding,
God. No.
bro.
Tesla is the
That's
best.
the
Anyways, go ahead.
that is actually the first company I that got me interested into stocks because I was real fan of Tesla in early 2010s and stuff like that. But dude, that Cybertruck demo and that Cybertruck especially is just trash. Dude, I appreciate Boost so much for hosting the spaces. Like the fact that you also gave me the number 25 too. Like you've done so many spaces, and that's it's amazing. You're really just crushing it. And I think Dre said it best. Definitely like that Joe Rogan, Lex Friedman podcast kind of vibes, and it's super cool to see just all these dope creatives and leaders and culture people that we know, but we don't get to always hear everything about them. And so yeah, it's super dope.
I'm going to be better than Joe Rogan, everybody. I'm going to be way better than that. Trust me on that. I keep it inclusive. So inclusive that the CloneX NYC event has a handicap ramp and a handicap bathroom for everybody. We want to fucking rub elbows with the best of them. Some of the people I've met around the world, didn't matter what the hell they look like. They had me in incredible aspiration, motivation because of their stories. It doesn't really matter. So I break bread with everybody across the board. It's always good to get out of your comfort zone and go across the border, jump across the pond, the river, the lake, the mountain, and just get things going. And I appreciate you, Cass, and I appreciate the time. And I'm glad you came up back here. I don't know about the Tesla thing. I will be kind for day after to ask Dre Millie a question, but I'm going to wild out if that smoke alarm beeps.
Nah, I went down to the basement, so it shouldn't be. But my question is, would you rewatch Air or Super Mario's first?
Oh, that's a good question. Uh, I think by default the answer is going to be air, just based off of the plans that are in motion. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
Amazing. Thank you. Cass, I'm going to give you what I like to call the second to last word before I send us out. Is there anything that you want to say? This is not a time to be like, oh, we love Boo and we love Jay. This is a time for you This is a time for you, my brother, and I'm glad that you took this time. The first guest, 90-minute session. Oh man, it makes me feel so good that you saw that 25 because we are building it. I look out. I have a fucking plan. Of course, I keep it transparent. And with that, please, Cass, could you give us the second to last word?
Oh man, I usually let other people do this because I feel like it's so much pressure. But nah, it's a blessing to be here. I feel like anybody who, if you really want to be a part of like this whole internet revolution and you really believe in what's going on, like I've said it from the beginning in 1,000 different spaces, like it doesn't matter which group you're with, it doesn't matter what you're doing, like as long as you like believe in it and you're able to connect with the genuine people and take advantage of this opportunity, like fucking go for it. There's no time to waste. And yeah, there's only a lot of opportunities out there that you can go and get if you want it. So I believe in everybody. I don't believe in limiting anybody either, because if you limit other people, then you're really just limiting yourself in some way or another because you believe that you couldn't do it in their position. So, it's all about mindset and framing and how you approach life. And yeah, that's the name of the game. Keep pushing forward and you'll find some shit at the end.
Yo, gold. This is why I cannot wait to have him up here. Thank you, Cass, for the time. Thank you for the additional time. Thank you, everybody that comes up on the stage to ask questions. You contribute. You matter. You make this show keep going. You make me show up every other Thursday for a 1-hour session. We only do it 1 day a week, 1 hour a week. So tune in next week, same day, same time, Thursday evening, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because I'm out here on the East Coast. We're getting excited for NFT NYC. There's a lot going on. We want to connect with people. We're catching this live vibe, and we're catching it every day, okay? Like, seriously, don't slow down. I don't want anybody to stop. If you're feeling a certain way, I got 2 ears and 2 shoulders. Come at me. It's incredible what one sentence can do to somebody. Just one sentence can go a long way. And a lot of people have come in my DMs and helped me too, and helped me not quit. So I appreciate that. So we will drop the upcoming special guest next week at the top of the week on Monday, like we normally do. And we will get this show out on Spotify. And also go follow Cass on Spotify. Go follow his YouTube. His music's incredible. I want more of it, but also like I'm not pressuring him to do anything. I'm just excited to see whatever this person is doing, no matter what they're doing. They have my support fully. We love you, Cass, and we can't wait to connect with you. And this is the part where I kind of love to shout out everybody. Thank you, Huddle CEO, JPEG J, my co-host, Dre Millie, Compound, Tevi, Navi. Don't forget Tevi's giveaway that we did up there. Day after with you. I hope you put batteries in that smoke alarm, my brother. Kiro God, you're out there. You're timeless. You're doing it. And I hear you. I hear that you're working on things. Somebody give Kiro God one of the sword assets. I think he needs it. Get it to him. I listen all the time in every space. I'm always taking notes. CEO Tim, we're going to see you soon. Yuka, it's looking beautiful out there with the cherry blossoms. It's incredible. Cram, I hear that you've done a lot. You're a pioneer, and I love following you. Fawn, she's got a space going on with Dematerialized. I think I got that right. I don't know if I did. But follow Fawn. She's got a space coming out. Anya, too much we can not good things, not bad things to say, but only good things to say about Anya. We did a space with Anya. Hefner, thanks for coming in here. Rose Jade, thank you so much for the questions. Jack Grills, thank you for what you're doing with Clonespiracies. Diego, President streams this all the time on Cyber. We appreciate what you're doing. Alone Architect, love the music, love what you're doing. Jim, the PFP is looking good because you're really showing what people can do with their clones and how they can change it up. Skidley, you're always here. You're a legend. Let me know what I can do to be a supporter of you too. Ava, we appreciate everything you're doing with the CloneX NYC as far as budget and keeping the numbers right. OG, love you. Eugen, I hope I got that right. Canoe, grab 2 paddles because I'm coming up the river. Teg Shiva, Brego, Ghost Wolf, and I don't know. I'm sorry this was a loud outro, but I'm just fucking hyped because this is what my CloneX community does for me. I'll catch you guys next week. I'll catch you guys out there. It's never goodbye. It's I'll talk to you later.